Yo, what's up guys, we're JBear, aka Jonathan. In today's video, we're back here with some more Splitgate. But in today's video, I have a special announcement for you guys. As you can tell by the beginning of this video, by this little trailer that I made, I have 3 maps that I want to show off for you guys. And these maps are for a special event that I'm going to be hosting this Friday that you guys can play along with me. And that event is something I'm going to call JBear's Spooky Splitgate event. And it's pretty much just going to be a day where you guys can play along with me, and we're going to play these 3 maps and just have a bunch of fun and awesome custom games. But in today's video, I'm going to show you guys these maps and kind of give you guys a little tour of what I've designed. But before we get into that, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe for more Splitgate events and other custom map content. But let's get in and let's get right into the map. So the first map I've designed, this one is based on the wet ocean map, and this is what I called Camp Split. And as you can see in the first one right here, I'm actually going to go in F10 mode so we can kind of go into no HUD. As you can tell, we're inside of a room, inside of a cabin, and we have a couple beds in here. I kind of actually made some beds. But we come out here, this is actually the wet ocean map. This is the island map, but I've encased it inside, completely blocked off the sky, just so the map could look a little dark. I wanted to at least give a night sky box since we really don't have one, but this is the best I could really work off. If you can tell just by the name, the theme of this map is a camp. I would describe this map as a camp that's just put in a forest in the middle of the nowhere, and we have these beach balls that spawn in the air. It's just something cool, just something little cool that I wanted to put around the map. I think something fun. I believe Camp Split is the biggest map out of the 3 I have. The maps kind of go in a big, medium, and small order. If we take a look over here, we actually see I kept and made a little bit of a lake over here, and I do have a few mode spawns that appear over here as well, so you can sort of return. I got a flak, yeah, you can flak return right here. Yeah, your flak returns. There's even a weapon in it, and I think I have a King of the Hill spawn here, so that's pretty nice. And you can also sort of walk around on the map and come on here on the left side and flank around, and I think a few of these portal spots work out pretty well. I've made sure, I think 2 of the maps have portal spots, and there is 1 map that does not have any portal spawns at all. But I want the portals on this map to be easily accessible and have a nice pathway to portal around and just get around the map pretty well. Even with moving up in the middle, we have another cabin. This is just another bigger type cabin that has a couple more spawns in here, along with a few more mode points, along with an SMG spawn. In the middle of the camp, you see we have a couple more points along with a ramp, a rock ramp that leads up to another spot on the map that I'm going to show off. In this other cabin, it kind of reflects the one you first saw. You have another weapon spawn in here, and you have 2 other beds. And then on the other side of the map, we have more weapon spawns. We have the other team spawns. We have more volleyballs, and then we have another little shed that has another point along with a weapon and a player. Overall, I would say Camp Split is probably one of my favorite ones that I've made. I think just the pure size of it and just the fact that I like all the trees, it adds really a lot of character to this map, and it's not really detailed. I would say I could put grass all over. I don't think I really wanted to. Kind of ruin it a little bit, but I would say Camp Split is probably one of my favorite ones out of these maps. Codes to all the maps will be in the description and probably on the screen when you guys first see the map. I'm gonna put the code on the screen so you guys can see that. Now we're gonna move on to the next spooky theme map I've made. This map is what I would like to call Haunted House. I would say this is the smallest one out of the group, but I would say this one that took a while for me to make, but after a bit, this map became probably one of my favorite ones that out of the 3. I would say after a bit, I really liked making this map, and I sort of figured it out. It was kind of a little challenging, and I kind of figured out how I'm going to make a small map not feel like you're just dying off the rip all the time. But I think I came up with a really good map design. We're actually going to start off in the front of the house. This place that I spawned right there. The first time was actually the back, but this is the first spawn right here. We have the first team spawns along with a couple of other mode points. Now the thing with this map design that I have here, there's sort of 2 ways you can get it around on this map. The first way is the one you'll probably see right off the bat, is you go right here, right into the middle. You can even see around to the other side. The other team can do the exact same thing as well. But the other cool thing I have with this map is that you can come off to the left side over here, and this is the same for the other side, so it's pretty symmetric. But you can come up here to the second floor, which has a split ball spawn, and there's also a couple points that's on each side. I think there's a few more, a few other King of the Hill domination points, other mode points that are right here on this side, and you can rush and get to the other spawn point this way. The one thing with Haunted House is that this map is small, but I feel like the fact that this map is layered, that the map is a little bit bigger than what you can expect. Now from the top of the map, you can go right down into the middle area, into the main area, and now we actually do have a basement in this map. This one has a few extra points, kind of depending on the game mode, is sort of which area you're going to be in the most. I believe for domination maps and for maybe King of the Hill modes, you're going to be more on the attic area more. But for split ball and I think capture the flag game mode, you're going to be in the basement. So it sort of rotates which areas you're going to use the most. And I hope also with the weapons, the weapon spawns that I have, I don't think this, I think this map doesn't have any weapon spawns. Yeah. This map, actually, I didn't want to include any weapon spawns on it because it's so small. So I feel like, so if you're going to play this map, if you're going to play Haunted House, turn on random weapons. That would probably be a lot better than just nothing than an assault rifle and a carbine. But yeah, looking off into the basement, we have another point. We have some more points right here in the middle, along with a capture the flag point. It's a pretty open layout when it comes to this basement, but you do have a lot of cover when it comes to these little queues and other support groups that I have placed down here. Moving on to the back, we have the other spawn point. As you can see, the other team spawns right outside, and it's pretty mirrored to the other side, except I think this team side doesn't go as far as back as the other one. You're just kind of tucked around in a corner. But yeah, this is Haunted House. It's pretty much the smallest one out of the three. But let's go to the medium one. This is my third map, and this one is called Graveyard. This is the medium-sized map. And this map has a very special area when it comes to it. This map actually has a second floor, a second combat area that goes underneath the map, as you can see with these other spawning points. But as you can tell from the name of the map, this one is a graveyard. And I've also built a little church, you can see from the cross right over here. But this is a graveyard map, and there's a couple weapons that are placed outside and around the graveyard. Moving on from the blue team spawn, we have all the A spawn points, all the A modes, and then around this little house that you spawn behind of is actually the entrance to the underground side of the map. I'm not gonna go into that yet until we check out the rest of this top side of this map. But moving on, it is a short distance to the other side of the map, but I feel like along with the secondary area that's at the bottom, just like I said with the haunted map, I feel like it makes this map a lot bigger than what you might expect. Moving on, you have an entrance to the graveyard right here where we have a couple other points, and we actually have some cubes that you can teleport around. The only portal points that are around this map are actually on the top spots, so there aren't any portal spots on the bottom. And the portal flow on this map is really nice. I really like the movement you can have with these portals. Moving around more into the graveyard, we have more weapon spawns, and then inside this little church area, this little gazebo, whatever you want to call it, shed, we have another weapon spawn that leads out into the second team, the red team spawn. That's right in this little parking lot or whatever you want to call a lot area that's in the front. And finally, I'm going to show off the underground area of this map. This was kind of a cool little thought I had. But as you can see, we have a little cave right here, little caverns that go around the bottom of the map. We actually have your B points down here, and then if you move on to the back, if you can stop lagging on my screen, stop saving the game every few seconds, but if you move on to the back, we have the neutral flags points along with a split ball points and a few other your close combat weapons. Coming down to in the underground area gives you closer combat with other players, but compared to the top, it's kind of medium to long range. But you can use this underground area to sort of flank and get around and move around and take other points, and take a second to get her out of the open that is this top side of the map. But anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed the maps that I showed off in this video. Don't forget, this upcoming Friday I'm gonna be hosting a spooky Splitgate stream. You guys can come by, hang out, join up in a open custom lobby I'm gonna have, and play these maps with me. But I hope you guys have a nice and wonderful day. I will see you guys in the next video or in the next stream that I have. I hope you guys have a nice day, and I love you all. Peace.